there, thanks for checking out the video. So these are basically just some clips of me reacting to some Reddit posts. I played my version of Wheel of Reddit, where I would just spin a wheel and I visited whatever pages I found. So this is just the highlight from the stream. I do stream here on YouTube as well. I stream at Twitch. The link for that is in the description down below. So if you do like the video and you decide to subscribe, I really, really appreciate it. And yeah, like I said, I've been having a lot of fun with it. I'll get the schedule for my stream up at some point in time. I'm still learning a lot of the formatting I want to do. And like figuring stuff out. So thanks for bearing with me. One thing you'll notice is that the chat box is not in the chat overlay. But yeah, other than that, I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, we're pretty much gonna get at it. So it's gonna be a little bit different, obviously, because I've normally just been playing Dinkum, but today I kind of just want to surf and like go through Reddit and learn some new stuff. So we're gonna play my favorite game that I made up. Well, it's probably not an original idea, but Wheel of Reddit. So I've gone ahead, and then yeah, Dinkum if we have time. But I've gone ahead. I've made this wheel. And basically it has all the pages on Reddit that I think would be interesting to check out. So we have, what, 21 here that we can go through. Okay, there we go, sorry. Anyway, so, like, what will end up happening is we'll go through a couple of them, and then we will... learn some new things, I guess, or see some cool things. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out as we go along. Here's the starting point. It can only go up from here. So, I'm not going to go through all of them, but I feel like what will end up happening is like each page we go to, we'll like do maybe one page or like a couple of posts and then switch her up. I don't know. We'll figure out as we go along here. If we find interesting stuff, we might stay on it. But anyway, let's get started here. We are gonna get started on dad jokes. Why not? Let's hit up dad jokes and see what's going on there. A call comes into 911. Come quick. My friend was bitten by a wolf. Operator, where? No, a regular one. Oh, what do you call a belt made of watches? A waste of time. Oh, I feel like this this particular page might get old pretty fast. Okay, you know what? We might remove dad jokes. We're gonna remove dad jokes. Cause like the first couple were funny and then after that it was like, ooh, the pain. I want to learn something. I want to see something interesting. What could go wrong? Ooh, this one might be interesting. I feel like if it gets like cringy, we're going to remove it as well. Already we're pulling up NSFWs. So, and again, okay. Life hacks. Perfect. This is what we're looking for. Umbrella life hack. Oh, I can put on my headphones for these. Okay, 2 hangers attached to an umbrella. Okay, fair. Well, I mean, here's the thing. With that, like, I gotta say, like, I'm gonna mute it for a second here, but, like, look, you did dumb shit as a kid, right? And I'm not saying that I absolutely put my arm through hangers like this, But I absolutely have. And honestly, when it comes to like plastic hangers like that, they dig deep. Like they're not comfortable to do. So I think I would just pass and just hold the umbrella. Oh, how to move clothes on hangers and still be able to reuse the garbage bags. Okay, first of all, that's genius. That right there is genius. I didn't even think to do this, to be honest with you. That would just save, like, one, a lot of space, and two, be much, much easier to move. I'm going to keep that in mind. Next. If you have trouble bending over, clean your tub, get a decent sponge mop. I do have back problems. We are learning so much today. Already. See, this is what I wanted. This is what I didn't like. I don't mind looking at like exciting posts and stuff like that, but this is what I wanted. I want to learn new stuff. I learned how to do CPR today, so now I know how to save your life, but more importantly, I found out New York Presbyterian Hospital maintains a Spotify playlist of songs that are right beat to CPR compressions, and it's on point. The only one that I know is, what is it? Staying Alive. That one is, like, a good one. Like, I don't want to get too into it, but I've had to do CPR, and like the only song that was going through my head at the time was Staying Alive. No pun intended. This is how you smuggle beer? Teach me, master. Fair. I don't know why you would do that. Like, if you need to smuggle it somewhere, I feel like it would draw a lot of attention anyway, that you're just bringing a giant pail of cement into an event. Like, you're trying to get into a football game. I just got off work. That's why I have the cement on me. Raccoons in the garbage. I mean, on the bright side, I don't think I've ever had the experience of having to deal with a raccoon in a garbage can, so I guess life is good. Okay, let's spin the wheel. Ooh. Okay, let's remove that. What is next on our Reddit adventure? Ooh, fan theories! I'm excited for this one. Alright. Harry Potter, Dumbledore, Chocolate's frog card is very useful. Let's check this one out. The theory is that Dumbledore always seems to know everything. I think there is a lot of different reason for that. One of them would be him communicating with a Dumbledore chocolate frog portrait. The evidence is him stating that they can remove all his title, but as long as they don't remove his chocolate card, he'd be fine with it. The first time we see his card, Ron says he has a lot of them. The portrait then walks away, probably to warn the real Dumbledore that Harry was in the train safe and sound. If Harry kept this card in his room, portrait of Dumbledore could have listened to lots of conversations, but Harry probably doesn't keep it on him. Even if he just keeps it in his room, it can give Dumbledore a lot of intel. Here I'm just talking about Harry, but that could also apply for a lot of people in the wizarding world. Interesting. Let's see what some people have had to say about it. Getting in the deep weeds here, but I always thought the cards being photographs like in the newspaper, and I don't believe those talk. All portraits that talk are paintings, unless I'm forgetting something. Newspapers are gifts, and paintings are MP4. Got it. Chocolate cards are okay. I would think this would be right in general. Maybe there is a special, I think that might supposed to be a special link between him and his own portrait, or even if they don't talk, maybe some sign language. If I remember correctly, the first card winked at Harry. A wink is some kind of sign language, I guess. That's true. The card did wink at Harry. I feel like this theory gets a little more credence if Dumbledore specifically put a charm on his chocolate frog cards for them to be able to communicate with him. Interesting. I feel like this comment, though, as funny as it is, I feel like that's, like, probably accurate. How does Bowser keep coming back after falling in lava? Ooh, I gotta read this one. You remember the Koopa Kids? I'm not talking about Morton, Roy, Bowser Jr., Larry, Lemmy, Iggy, Ludwig, and Wendy. I'm talking about those Koopa from Mario Party 3. You ever notice how similar they look to Bowser? I know they are his children. Children. They're supposed to look like Bowser. What if I told you those little Bowsers were just that, actual little Bowser clones? You might be thinking, how the heck would Bowser be able to clone himself when he's not a mad scientist? Easy. The answer is not science. The answer is magic. What the fuck? And those who have used magic sometimes bring Bowser back to life. Kamek, the one who pretty much raised Bowser when he was a baby. My theory, after Bowser's first loss, Kamek made extra clones of Bowser in order for him to defeat Mario. And every time one of the Bowsers die, he takes one of those little Bowsers and turns it into a fully grown Bowser. It goes after Mario, wash, rinse, repeat. I know this might not make a whole lot of sense in some cases, but it's only a theory, a game theory. Thanks for watching. Okay, forget it, I'm done now. What did I just read? Okay, Fallout. Perfect. Let's see what this Fallout theory is, because I love Fallout 4. I really love Fallout 4. But I, like, beat all the quests in Fallout 4, and, like, I have, like, just a whole horde of power armor suits. Like, I've collected most of them. There's nothing left for me to do in Fallout 4, unless I get mods. I could get mods. I'll think about it. Anyway, going on to this theory. Fallout 4 is the first Fallout game to have cats in it, and not a single feline has been seen on the West Coast at all. Mr. House theorized them to be extinct. Some claim this is a plot hole. I don't. I think cats were kept as pets in some vaults to combat the pests that would have gotten into their food storage, as well as being smuggled in by the first generation vault dwellers who didn't want their pets to die. The reason they're exclusive to the East Coast is because the West Coast is actually harder to survive, ecologically speaking. You can see how Boston and West Virginia are so much naturally greener than California, Nevada, or DC. This is due to several reasons. For one, West Coast has a lot of desert. 2, areas surrounding the capital would have been bigger targets for bigger bombs. The East Coast is naturally more hospitable than a place that is half wasteland with flesh-eating animals before the bombs dropped, is why the cats stick to the East. It's where their prey thrive, and they easily avoid things that consider them prey. Fair. That's fair. I mean, that's very plausible. I mean, as well, let's be realistic. In Fallout lore, a lot of the vaults were pretty sketchy. And I don't know if perhaps certain cities had certain leniencies. But I feel like some vaults were far stricter than others. So, Kimberly and Skull from Power Rangers. Ah, this is the kind of stuff I live for. Okay, anyway. I don't remember this breakup letter, but let's go. The breakup portion of Kimberly's letter to Tommy is extremely vague. Tommy, this is the hardest letter I've ever had to write. You've always been my best friend, and in some ways you're like a brother. But something has happened here, and I can't explain. It's been both wonderful and painful at the same time. Tommy, I've met someone else. Tommy, you should know. Pardon me. Tommy, you know I would never do anything to hurt you, but I feel like I found the person that I belong with. He's wonderful, kind, caring. You'd really like him. Everything would be perfect if it weren't for hurting you, but I have to follow my heart. I will always care about you, Tommy. Please forgive me. She used his name a lot in that letter. My God. Also, I gotta keep in mind that this was like, what, early 90s? I feel like a simple text of, it's not me, it's not you, it's me, bro. Text would be so much easier at this point in time. Anyway, my headcanon is that the person she's talking about is Skull. But not just any Skull. It's Countdown to Destruction Skull. I gotta look this up. Cause like, hang on. Power Rangers Skull. Skull. I just want Skull. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, I remember in the movie they like came like parachuting in. And like as a kid I was like, this is so badass. This is so cool. Anyway, what do I need? Countdown to Destruction. It's not any skull. It's Countdown to Destruction Skull. I mean, I feel like it would be the same actor, right? Yeah. Okay, I think it's the same actor. Anyway, Spike, using Lent Ranger tech, pulled her forward in time to protect his dad and his uncle Bulk from time-traveling threat. During this time, she fell for Skull. Oh. Okay, like, I know the character names, but clearly I did not keep up with Power Rangers this deep. Anyway, let's finish this, though. This would explain why Kimberly is especially agitated by Skull in Turbo, a Power Rangers movie. She has romantic feelings, but can't express to him. She can't tell Jason about her feelings for Skull, because she would have to explain when she started having them, which means she would have to explain her trip to the future. She can't tell anyone about the invasion because because Rangers would start planning for it. She can't do anything of these because they would damage the timeline. Kimberly and Skull dated. Then they got married during Lightspeed Rescue or Time Force, and Kimberly had Spike sometime in Wild Force. What the fuck is going on? This would line up with something Paul Scheer and Jason Narvi said about Spike's age, and would explain why Skull is a bit terrified of Tommy and Forever Red. At some point, Kimberly and Skull had used Power Ranger tech to travel in the future and stay there, meaning Spike would be Do I need to watch Power Rangers again? Clearly, there's a deeper storyline happening here. Fan theory, Winnie the Pooh. You know, this is a must-read. Christopher Robin is actually a soldier in war and suffered injuries from a mine blast. Well, it put him in a coma-like state. He starts imagining himself as a kid. Along comes a character named Pooh and another named Piglet. Along comes Tigger, Eeyore, and Rabbit. All seem to know him better than he knows himself. He grows great bonds with them and seems to be the bestest of friends. Plot twist. He soon comes to realize Those are nicknames of his fellow soldiers, cartoon-sized by his brain to cope with his PTSD. All along the way of his coma, the characters are urging him that it's time to go, all trying to wake him up from his coma. I dig it. I would, and especially since everything except for Tigger right now is, what is it called? In public domain? So, like, there was, like, a horror movie that's coming out. I saw it on Moist Critical, like, one of his YouTube videos. I think it was Moist Critical. Anyway, but yeah, Winnie the Pooh is in the public domain now, so it can be adapted by, like, content creators without copyright strikes, except for Tigger. Disney is still holding on tight to Tigger. However, as much as I would like to see this, it just seems like that scene from The Boys where Noir is dealing with some things, let's say. It just seems like that, but, like, again, something like that would be very interesting. What is with the, like, this is the second, like, Hunchback of Notre Dame post. They're popping off in fan theories.